Guys and girls, I ain't got no rap for you today, but I'm getting impatient, alright? I've been dreaming about Animal Crossing. Literally, I lay in bed and I dream about updates because I'm so eager for the big one. And this is another week where there's a great chance it could happen because many are predicting a Nintendo Direct for Wednesday, September 15th. But while we wait, I've got a video jam-packed with news, updates, info, and dreams. Yes, this video is going to be good, and there's a lot you're going to want to hear, so make sure to glue your butts to the seat with a little bit of wonderful marshmallow cream so that you actually aren't stuck to your seat, but you are kind of wasting the marshmallow. So maybe just sit down, relax a bit, get some tea, and let's get into it. What's going on, everybody? It's Zach from SwitchForce. I love talking Animal Crossing with you, and I love gathering the news, the info, and some of the bits and bobs that you have not seen yet. Oh, and yes, we're talking about the next update, because based on some new things, I think it's gonna be really soon, and oh my gosh, we got exciting things to discuss. Alright, I woke up this morning and I was like, dude, my gal Izzy is tweeting, and I felt very good about this because I was like, hey, I've been waiting for an Isabelle tweet of importance for a while now. And then I saw that my little schmoochy poo tweeted, hey everyone, did you know that Moon Viewing Day is coming up soon? It's on September 21st this year, and a few special items related to the event are available at Nook's Cranny from now until then. Happy Moon Viewing! I feel like that girl on the right there. That's my face. I'm like, give it to me, Nintendo. Do it. Or else I'll keep waiting. That's kind of my empty threat. But it is time for some new items, and that is a good thing. I mean, hey, the game needs it. So I've put all the items in my pockets for you. I've dropped last year's item, the Moon Viewing Rug, right here. Well, I did it as best I could. Just imagine, right there, imagine there's a moon rug. It's there. Okay, yes, now we're all thinking with our imagination station. I love it. The Matrix is coming back in December, and now you can play along early by imagining a moon rug. All right, so buy our lovely moon rug, all circular and beautiful. I'm going to drop some of the new items. I'm not going to pronounce them all that well, but I am going to show them off. Dango, I got that one. Mooncakes, I love it. Let's see what we got going on here. They are the mooncakes. They look very yummy and are making me hungry. I haven't really had breakfast yet. There is the Dango. Let's zoom in on these guys and see what we have. Oh, look. I like that the mooncakes have such texture. They have like patterns on them, almost like grill marks or just some sort of wonderful baking mark. I love it. My friend Nintintalk would just be exquisitely excited about the fact that they took chefery and baking into account when designing these items. And these Dango look like you could pop like 50 of them and still not be full. I like the looks of that. And then we have one more item that I do want to share with you. This one is called the Sungpyeon, all right? I believe this is the one for the Chuseok Festival, I'm pretty sure. Yes, this is the Korean festival, the Harvest Festival, that is kind of similar to Thanksgiving, and it has these wonderful little treats right here. I like all these items. Ooh, this bug boy, he like, you about to feast me up. I don't get a whole lot of goodies. My family doesn't even celebrate with me because I have no family. Oh gosh. Pour out some mooncakes and Dango and Sungpyeon for Orange Firefly. And there, oh my gosh, he's gonna mate. Oh gosh, don't look. Cover your eyes, this is not appropriate. So those new items can be grabbed via Nook Shopping till September 21st. Get them before they're gone. A couple other news updates for you. First off, man, the AC Amiibo card restock is in full swing, and I've seen a lot of you send me photos from Target because that's primarily where they are in the US. And you've been able to grab Series 1, 2, 3, and 4 off-store shelves as well as online. But Julia here also found them in Canada at the source. So they are confirmed to be seeing restocks at other places globally besides just Target, but a lot of people are really cashing in and stocking up on the Amiibo cards, whether it's just for the fun of collecting or whether it's to add new villagers to your island's arsenal. It's great that they're back in stock, and this makes me remember the Datamine that we found a while back hinting at 100 more Amiibo something from Nintendo. And I wonder if Nintendo is bringing back Amiibo card series 1 through 4 to sort of test the waters or at least prep the people for the impending release of Amiibo Series 5. Now, Amiibo Series 5 would tie into a big new update, and actually we're going to talk about that a little bit later on in the video, but I want to share something with you that I think you might find absolutely exquisite, okay? This right here is about the National Video Game Museum in the UK. All right, they have been collecting all sorts of Animal Crossing stories and tales to share with their audience. And nicely, they've made it available online, so even if you're not in the UK, you can experience this, all right? It's basically trying to show how Animal Crossing New Horizons was so important during such a dire time for the world. And I mean, we all can attest to that, right? Animal Crossing helped so many of us get through the toughest months of the pandemic and times when it seemed super scary, super intense, super anxiety inducing, and we didn't know what else to do. Now, there also were a lot of golden and great moments within Animal Crossing, and this exhibit looks to chronicle all of that. I'll start the video off with you guys and just give you a quick glimpse of it, but this is an online exhibit that just shows how special Animal Crossing New Horizons has been and continues to be, and will go down in gaming as one of the most special experiences. I find this really touching. It's just chronicling people's beautiful moments with the game. I don't know. I don't want to get too teary-eyed here, so you guys can explore this if you want. You see it's the NMV UK National Video Game Museum, but people were able to share their stories and in the game and the music, and I have chills, and we've been there since the beginning together. We've been doing these fun videos and sharing smiles and laughs and frustration and patience and impatience together since March of 2020, and I didn't even plan on playing the game. It was only because the pandemic struck and I wasn't able to go visit my family that I picked up the game. I wasn't planning on playing it, and look where we are now. Look how far we've come. Okay, all right, we have to stop. All right, that's a beautiful thing. That is the AC Museum in the UK. Okay. But alas, there is more to discuss because y'all are waiting for that next update, and me too. Now, last week we thought there would be a Nintendo Direct, and that's why I pegged sort of September 8th as the time frame when we would probably hear more Animal Crossing news, and it did not happen. Nintendo opted to let Sony own the week. They had their own PlayStation Showcase, and it seems like this is the week we will get the big Nintendo Direct, and hopefully there will be some glorious Animal Crossing info aboard. And we make that connection because Nintendo has said that they're prepping the waters, and we know that the last in-game event is kicking off, and then the calendar is empty, so it's like, what's next? They have to show us soon. Something must be coming, because whenever the in-game events wrap up, Nintendo comes forward with new goodies. That's just the way it's always been, and I think that's the way they want it to be. So I would expect something imminently, very soon, an announcement, a trailer, maybe the big one. And so a lot of you have been thinking about what the heck could be going down with this big update, and I've been dreaming about it. Like, quite literally, I had this dream that Animal Crossing and Looney Tunes partnered. Now, that sounds very confusing and maybe undesirable, but let me tell you, it added in a whole new desert environment and a Wild West world that you could travel to with all sorts of traveling NPCs that happened upon this Wild West world and merged Looney Tunes with Animal Crossing, and it was glorious. There was so much new stuff. They upgraded terraforming, they brought in the cafe, and you now could travel to these Looney Tune worlds as the Looney Tunes were added as new villagers. Now, that sounds like psychosis, but I promise you, the only things I have before bed are salted caramel cluster, cashew milk ice cream, and birthday cake gluten-free cookies. But you guys had some ideas of your own, all right? You were climbing for higher heights than maybe my weirdo Looney Tunes dream, and I asked you, what would be the dream for you? As we approach and get closer to whatever Nintendo inevitably will add for new and fun activities, y'all had this to say about what the dreams would be. So make sure to let me in the comments know. And please let me know in the comments down below if you got a dream for what this game can do in the next few weeks to really turn the tides. I know some of us are growing impatient. I know some of us are really waiting. And I know some of us are expecting a lot. But let's see what April Rose wants. New villagers for sure. Boom, April. Great minds think alike, and I love this train of thought. I think new villagers would be such a fun way to improve ACNH. We're in an online era, and not to say that there weren't online elements for New Leaf, but it truly is the future. And Nintendo has embraced that in a lot of ways with the Switch, so I think incorporating more content updates of this sort fits in with the rest of the gaming world, and it's something that would make Animal Crossing feel like it's evolving. If new villagers were coming to the island, that would be so cool. And it is an island, so somebody new should find it, right? There's a whole wide world out there, across the seas. We know that there's many different islands. You can fly in planes and swim to shores. Somebody new, some other type of creature, must be out there. And I hope that Nintendo decides to have them find us soon. Now, a different train of thought is Shuken, who wants to bring something back from New Leaf. Island ordinances, just like New Leaf's town ordinances. And if you're not familiar with New Leaf's town ordinances, basically these were things that you could pay about 20,000 bells to sort of modify your island. There was a beautiful town, an early bird, a night owl, and a bell boom, and these would do things like, hey, Have your villagers wake up earlier and shops open earlier to fit your schedule. Have villagers stay up later and shops stay open later to fit your schedule. Bell Boom made things that you sold worth a lot more in beautiful town. Man, it just made that town less weedy, more beautiful, more plush, more lush, and more good for my tush. Even though I just like to sit down every once in a while. This would be a really fun way to bring some significant modifications to the game in an overarching way. It's a broad stroke change that I would really like to see because I think it would freshen it up. We've experienced our island the exact same way. Basically, we are the ones that decide how it's different, and I really would like to see them mix that up and allow the game to sort of modify itself in a substantial style. Now, Amy A says, for me, it would be things to do, and Amy, I can't agree more with you. If that means a cafe where I can work or sell coffee to the villagers, or a school, a hospital, I just want something to do beside decorating, which I still do, and the boring fishing and catching bugs, which I haven't done in over a year. Ouch. Ouch. The salmon is crying. Okay. Oh, the Raja's Brookwing, Birdwing, Big Wing, whatever it's called. It's flopping and flittering and flapping far away because it knows it's not wanted. But I think new things to do would be so desirable, right? New fun activities, new things to accomplish, quests. This game promised to have so much more of that, right? Eggplant and cucumber. It promised to have Nook miles that we could achieve and all these special stamps that we could get, and that has kind of gone by the wayside as we have a plethora of Nook miles, too many to know what to do with, and we don't have enough quests to accomplish. Once you get KK, the game kind of feels like it wraps. So I agree, things to do would be great, and Shining Solace sums it up by saying everything Datamine would be the perfect update for me. Man, Whitney, you get it. If we would bring in Brewster and new crops and sealing items and just some of the things that we've already seen in the data mines, the costumes, the uniforms for jobs, I mean, that would be enough, right? If they would just do what's in the code, that would be enough. The third area of the museum, that would be enough. Brewster, the fortunes from Katrina, I mean, if you dig into the data mines, we have to talk about the amiibo cards as well, and that's part of it, and I think that really would be a perfect update. I think bringing in everything that we've seen in the code thus far and that we've discussed on the channel, I mean, that would be great. That would be great. It's coming a little late because we've talked about it for like a year, but it would be great and really would be a fully fleshed out update that I think would bring a lot. You know, it wouldn't just be Brewster, it would be all the things we talked about and hinted at and looked at, and that really would feel like a full-on 2.0. Now for me, I would love to see them go even bigger. I think the game has gained enough popularity to deserve a true expansion, like something that dramatically shakes things up, right? And one of the ways we could do just that, what Beth suggests here. Gosh, I'd probably love an upgrade to waterscaping and terraforming. She also mentions new flowers and bushes, but I'm going to stick with that first thing because I think waterscaping and terraforming, it's one of the ways that Animal Crossing New Horizons stands out from the rest of the series. So improving and building upon that feels natural and feels like the right progression. Expand on the things that already make this game great. A lot of people want to see things brought back, and I agree. There's things like Brewster that I want to see too. But if I'm really, really looking towards the future, I'd love to see AC expand in ways maybe we couldn't data mine, in ways we can't look to New Leaf for. Things that are only capable and possible because of Animal Crossing New Horizons. I think it's a phenomenal idea, and I'd love to see not just an easier waterscaping and terraforming, but something that expands and allows more options, more creativity, and takes our islands to new heights, maybe quite literally. I also love to see what Robert says would be another island to visit, and I think this is where our expansion hopes probably lie the largest. If they could bring in a big island for us to travel to, where we could interact with other players, we could find new shops and activities and different events, there could be multiplayer, mini games, shopping, returning characters, it would be the gold mine. Really, that would be the jackpot, I think, is a new island that can house all of the things that our deserted island can't. And Robert points it out saying, I like the deserted island beam, so I don't really want to add much to our own islands. And honestly, he's right. There's not a lot of space, right? There's not much we can add. The cafe is supposed to go inside the museum. It's not going to be its own building. And ACNH is a game where, you know, there should be projects, there should be public works, there should be more to build. And once you get past the first few hours, there's nothing left to build. And yes, I understand that the museum is expanding internally and your house can expand internally, but externally, there's not much going on. I really, really would love to see another island be able to fully flesh out ACNH and utilize the great graphics, the great gameplay, the DIY, the projects, the NPC, the villagers, and our playable character and each other, our multiplayer options, to really show what this game is capable of. The island, we're busting out of it. We've been playing good for a year and a half now, but I think it's time to really expand. And I hope that whatever Nintendo has planned, I hope it's good. Because we've given them a lot of leeway, we've given them a lot of slack, we've given them a lot of hope. And now it's their chance to deliver. I hope this is the week. I hope we get to rejoice together. And you better believe I'll be covering it either way. If I hear anything else in the meantime, I'll let you know. If I hear more about the Direct, I got you covered, okay? Thank you so much for being here. Thanks for being a part of this awesome family. And this could be our best month yet. Nintendo, you have it in your hands. Deliver the goods. And I'll be back soon. Until that time, smash that like button. Let me know what your dream is for this game and how you feel about the has to be soon update. I mean, like I said, those in-game events, they've just about wrapped. They've just about wrapped. It is time. And we get to find out together. So it'll be fun. Stay safe, stay healthy, stay happy, stay positive out there. And until next time, everybody, I love you so much. Really. This has given me energy and life like nothing else on YouTube. So thank you. I've done this for 11 years, and you all are so special. Till next time, thanks again, everybody. SwitchForce out.